How's it going, guys? This is Isolated here, bringing you the PMC draft analysis for the Great Lake Greninjas. So yeah, we're here. We're in a new league. Luckily, after the PMC, well, this is the PMC, but after the WPF kind of like died, all of a sudden, I didn't really have like a constant league besides the CIL, which of course is kind of it's 2 weeks for every battle, so that's meh. But I mean, it's still a great league, but it's not as active as far as like uploading and stuff. That's I want to upload more than just once every 2 weeks, so um, like pretty much like twice a month. Anyway, so we are here, Great Lake Greninjas. If you didn't see the promo for this league, go check it out on my channel. I'm not gonna link it in the description because you just have to click it. You just have to click on my channel and then click on the video. It's two clicks for you instead of one. Sorry, I'm a terrible person, but yeah. So let me just talk about the PMC a little bit. I feel like in all the leagues I've been in before, this is the most advanced, just because it actually has a YouTube channel that uploads videos. It's not just a YouTube channel just to be there, Like I think the GSL had the YouTube channel just to be there. Maybe that was the ISC. I don't know, but it was just a YouTube channel. It's whatever. But this league, it has graphics, thumbnails, a whole thing of analysts, which is awesome. And it's like the mini GBA, and I really feel like this league is really solid. Like this is season 2, so season 1 worked out fine. So I can only imagine good things for the rest of this league going forward. So yeah, pretty confident in the ability to keep this league running. Um, we got a great group of people running it, so that's awesome. We have some people from the WPF in this one, like Cloud Envy, J Specs, and a couple more. Um, yeah, a couple more. So that's cool. Sorry if you can hear that. Anyway, yeah. So let me talk about the league real quick, a little bit. So basically, you can see on the left here, it's kind of like the GBA. You get a tier 1, a tier 2, 2 tier 3s, a tier 4, tier 5, a mega, and 4 free slots. You get 400 points for your last 4 free slots. Yeah, you get 400 points, but the mega actually doesn't cost any points. For a tier 1 mega, it costs you 0 points. Tier 2 mega, you get 40 points. Tier 3 mega, you get 60 points. And tier 4 mega, you get 80 points. You add that many points to the points you have for your free. So say I got Mega Houndoom, which I think was tier 4 for some reason. I'd have 480 points because it adds to my total. So that would be cool. So tier 1 costs 180 points. Tier 2 costs 140 points. Tier 3 costs 100 points. Tier 4 costs 60 points. And Tier 5 costs 40 points. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, without further ado, I was third. I'm gonna try to kind of explain my thought process in this draft. So if this is a long video, that's probably why. But yeah. Anyway, I was third. So in the draft, which is kind of actually cool because I wanted a pretty high value Pokemon for my first draft. So D-Pad Game was first. He always picks up Mega Lopunny, so that's cool. I didn't want Mega Lopunny. And then J-Specs went, and he picked up Mega Gardevoir, which I also didn't want, which is cool. So I'm gonna just show my first. By the way, it'll look pretty pixely. I can't really do much about it, but yeah. So first pick, I decided to pick up Clefable. Clefable, its nickname will be Apollo, and it will not be shiny because I don't know. All it gets is freaking green ears. So you can see the pros and cons and stuff on the right there. This took a long time to set up, so please hit that like button if you appreciate the work put in, and yeah, so that's cool. Anyway, so let's get right into Clefable here. I was really glad I picked this thing up. It's a strong fairy type. It's a cleric, status inducer, great coverage with T-Bolt, Ice Beam, Fire Blast, Psychic, Moonblast, of course. Setup options with stored power, or with Cosmic Power and Calm Mind. Because if you get Cosmic Power up, boosting your defense and special defense, and then you go for Stored Power, which is going to be doing a lot of damage every time you set up. If you don't know Stored Power, it's like it does more damage the more you have your stat boost. And in all caps, Wonder Guard. I think I spelled that wrong, but yeah, Wonder Guard's awesome. I can't get Toxic, which is basically great. It also gets Unaware for setup sweepers, which is nice. But yeah, then the cons, I couldn't really think of much, so I'm just like low base stats, because it does have pretty low base stats. It's the only S-ranked OU Pokemon on Smogon, which is crazy if you think about it, considering its stats. And then it's also possible setup fodder, maybe, if you get a sub up as IT Wave, and then start setting up Calm Minds, I guess. But kill count prediction, just 4 to 6 kills. I don't expect this thing to be hugely offensive. So second round rolls by. We're doing like the snake style, so it goes 1 to 16 and then 16 to 1. So I had to wait a long time for my next 2 picks, but my next 2 picks were gonna be like really close together. So that's like pretty much how it was for the whole draft. So second pick, I think this was a misplay, but I ended up getting Greninja. You can see Clefable is in the top left there. So I ended up getting Greninja. I don't really think this was a worthy round 2 pick. I think I should have waited a little bit, but whatever, it is what it is. I just wanted to snag it because it's pretty useful, pretty dang useful. So yeah, I think round 1 I actually wanted. Let me talk about that later. Let me talk about the snipes that happened later on. So yeah, Greninja was part of my draft plan. I really wanted Greninja. I got it. It's fast, versatile, it's unpredictable, it gets Toxic Specs and Spikes, and it has decent power. 95 attack, 103 special attack, nothing crazy, but the speed is what I really saw in this thing. But the cons, it is frail, it's easily walled by a few things, like freaking Mantine. Probably. That's like, well, I think this thing gets Rock Slide, but still. I'm not gonna run Rock Slide just for a freaking Mantine. But anyway, and then I don't get Protean. I only get Torrent, which kind of sucks, but frowny face. So anyway, kill count prediction. I'm predicting this thing to get 6 to 9 kills because, no, jokes aside, I'm just, I don't really see this thing being a big, making a big impact offensively. Just something, the team could count on, reliably. So that's cool. Third pick, again, it goes to J-Specs, then D-Pad, and J-Specs, and then it goes back to me. I'm going to pick up Kyurem. Oh, by the way, this will be shiny, as you can see, it's shiny. It's going to be named Eclipse. Kyurem here, which is great. By the way, Greninja was tier 3. This is another tier 3 bond that I wanted to pick up, because I felt like it would get snatched up if I waited too long for it. So, Kyurem, that's supposed to be frozen, not frozen. Frozen Ozone, I made a bunch of mistakes in this, but they each took a pretty long time to make, so yeah, so shiny, it is gonna be shiny because I like that tint on its body. It looks pretty cool, and the little purple thing on his head and his purple eye. Anyway, pros, it's strong. It's very strong on both sides. Base 130 attack and special attack. Great HP stat. So it can set up subs against certain things. Good Scarf Demon with base 95 speed. Gets recovery and roost and gets decent coverage like Earth Power, Flash Cannon, Focus Blasts, Iron Heads, and Headbutt. The like. So yeah, this thing's actually stronger. It has a better special attack stat than Kyurem Black. And everyone's like talking about how strong Kyurem Black is when they use, I know its attack's way better than regular Kyurem, but I mean people use it especially offensive, but Kyurem is right there, and it's actually stronger, especially, so. Yeah, cons, it's easily walled by a few things, like fairies, even though I do have Flash Cannon, Floor just can switch in every time, so. It also has an odd typing, like, Dragon's a really good typing, and then you mix it with like, Dragon's a pretty good defensive typing, and then you mix it with Ice, and it kind of gets a little weird, because then it's weak to a bunch of new things, but. Yeah, but overall, I'm pretty psyched to be able to use this thing a bunch of different ways. Kill count prediction, I'm expecting it to get 7 to 10 kills. Basically, that's pretty much it. This was on my draft plan. But yeah, so I actually ended up the first four Pokemon didn't get sniped, and then those were the only four Pokemon that I wanted to get. The rest were just like I I got sniped. But anyway, basically yeah. So next up, I wanted Jellicent, so I picked up Jellicent. I felt like getting it early. I was actually gonna get this thing like eighth or ninth pick, eighth or ninth round, but I felt like getting it really early. Not really early, but fourth round, so whatever. Will-O-Wisp, so yeah, it's gonna be named Teardrop, it's not gonna be shiny. Will-O-Wisp, especially defensive, Curse Body, and Recover. That sounds like I'm naming off a moveset. No, it's got the Will-O-Wisp, which is great. It's very specially bulky. Um, Curse Body is cool. Like people sleep on Curse Body. Water Absorb's great, but Curse Body, 30% chance to take away someone's someone's really strong move. I could force switches with Curse Body. It also gets Recover, so like if someone's doing like 50% to me, and I can just spam Recover until Curse Body goes off, even if it's a special attack, like then they have nothing to hit me with, and I force a switch, which is great. Cons is that it's frail. It's pretty frail physically, which Will-O-Wisp is there, but it's slow, so it's not gonna be able to Will-O-Wisp something if it's in front of, like a freaking Terrakion with Rock Slide or Stone Edge. It's potential set of fodder, and it's hard to use properly in certain scenarios. Like, do I use Scald or do I use Recover? Like, it's kind of iffy, but I think it could be very well used on the Greninja squad. So next up, yeah, those four picks are the only four picks that I got that was on my original draft plan. Next up, we got Mega Scizor. It's gonna be shiny. It's gonna be named Oblivion. I wanted Mega Medicham. I was gonna get it like pretty like mid round. I think it was gonna be like my sixth pick or my seventh pick or something. It got sniped in the first round. Then I was gonna get Mega Glade. I was actually pretty excited to try Mega Glade out because it can do a lot more things than Mega Medicham. That got sniped. So I'm just like at this point, I was like, should I get Mega Manectric? Should I get like what should I get? Like, and then Mega Scizor was there. I'm like, all right, my fire weakness isn't too bad right now, so I can pick up Mega Scizor and hopefully do some shenanigans with it. It hits like a truck. It's very bulky. Gets defog. Decent coverage. Knock off, superpower, dual stab, U-turn. Interesting stuff there, as you can see. U-turn. It's hard to wall. It really is. There's not many things out there. Like you can say a steel type, but then you have superpower. The blade is there, but then you have knockoff. So it's cool. And it's got powerful priority. Technician Bullet Punch with a base 150 attack stat. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. Like it's just doing a lot of damage. Cons is that it has a pretty low HP stat, base 70. You can't really complain too much about that, to be honest, though. It's pretty slow, base 70 speed. It's predictable. You know what it's going to do. It's not going to be especially offensive. And it has a huge fire weakness, which is kind of annoying. Your opponent can really run HP fire on a bunch of different things. And only with base 100 special defense, it's not going to be taking that HP fire too well. But I still have high hopes for this thing. I've never used it in Elite format, so I want to try it. I've never used it, like, period. I don't think I've ever used a Scizor in my life, so that's going to be exciting. My kill count prediction is 10 to 15. Like, that's not very many, to be honest. All the Pokemon here kind of have pretty low standards. I'm setting the bar pretty low for them to overachieve, so hopefully that's going to happen. So, yeah, Mega Medicham got sniped, Mega Glade got sniped. I was thinking about Mega Pidgeot, but I already had a flying type in my plans, so that I didn't expect to get taken. So yeah, next up, I decided to get Rotom Heat. I forget what I wanted. I forget what I think. No, I forget what I wanted in replace. I forget what I replaced. With Rotom Heat. Yeah, I know. Anyway, I know this was not my original draft plan though. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna be named a Miracle, and it's not gonna be shiny. I don't know where I come up with these nicknames. I really don't. I don't know where I come up. So anyway, Will-O-Wisp, it gets Will-O-Wisp, which is great. Volt Switch Initiative. It's very versatile. It can come to any game and put in work. It's bulky. It's pretty strong with base 105 special attack, and that overheat can be doing a lot of damage. It's valuable, dual stab, fire electric. It's very good offensively. Trick shenanigans, and it's got choice scarf. I can trick that onto something. Lagging tail if I want, so that my opponent always goes last if they're trying to set up speed or something. And he's got a really useful ability in levitate. Obviously, fire and electric are both weak to ground, but as long as my opponent doesn't have mold breaker EQ, well, we should be good. So yeah, that's Rotom. Kill count prediction 5 to 8. Not expecting too much out of this thing, but I'm expecting it to come up to a lot of matches. So next up, I just wanted to get something strong. I was thinking about Breloom in tier 2, because I didn't have a tier 2 yet, and the tier 2 was like really like the worst tier for me easily. That tier sucks, but it did. Yeah, so I want to hit Breloom kind of, but then I'm like, okay, I kind of just want to get like something else. Yeah, so I decided to get Hitmonlee. I've had this thing in the OSA. I believe I had it in the GSL as well. Maybe not. Why is its legs green? Yeah, again, sorry for being so pixely. The ones like when it goes smaller, it's not nearly as pixely. But anyway, gonna be named Mutiny. It's gonna be shiny. That's cool. I love that green. I was considering not drumstick, shin guards, because that's what my first Hitmonlee was named in the OSA in my first league. But I decided against that. I just wanted to kind of mix it up there. Its pros are that it's pretty. Burden's always fun to use with a bunch of different berries or a bunch of different items in general. In League format, you can really tailor this thing to work in your favor with the items. It's great late game sweeper. Sorry, there's 2 S's. I made a mistake. Wow, humans make mistakes. Okay, anyway, yeah, it's a great late game sweeper. To be honest, with fake out normal gem, just picking up kills. And it's got decent coverage like Blaze Kick, Stone Edge, Knockoff. It doesn't get elemental punches, which kind of sucks, but Bullet Punch, Sucker Punch, Mach Punch, high jump kick, close combat, fake out, things of that nature. Cons are that it's pretty predictable. You know what this thing's gonna do pretty much every time. Oh, I forgot to put in the pros. It is also a hazard remover in Rapid Spin. So yeah, that's pretty useful. Seeing now that's well, other than Scizor, I kind of wanted to take the pressure off of Scizor with the hazard removal, because I want Scizor to do other things if possible. Whew, okay. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. It kind of drains you after a while. Alright, cons, it's predictable, and it's hard to maneuver sometimes. Like, the item might be a little tricky to work with. It's hard to, like, prep. There might be, like, 50-50s. I might bring the wrong thing, I might bring the right thing. It's kind of difficult, but that's really a nitpick. Yeah, so whatever. So yeah, Hitmonlee's right here. He's raring to go. I love Hitmonlee. I'm hoping to pick up some kills with it. 10 to 13, pretty high standard for this thing, but I'm just gonna go with it. So next up, Donphan got sniped for me, and like I was gonna get it 4th round, and got picked up 2nd round, so that kind of sucked. I really wanted a Stealth Walker and a Rapid Spinner. I was gonna get Sandslash for a long time, but then I kind of want to be able to use something. I want to draft something that that I feel like I'm gonna use a lot. And Sandslash just didn't seem like that thing that I wanted to use a lot. So yeah, so I ended up picking up Gligar. Gligar, his nickname's gonna be Chubbs, no shiny, because I love the purple and blue. So yeah, pros are that it's very bulky. With the Eviolite, it's base 105 defense. The thing's an absolute monster physically. It honestly is. It's got hazard removal, defog, which is great. Again, taking the pressure off of Hitmonlee and Mega Scizor. It's immunity to toxic in the ability immunity. Now I believe that defog and immunity cannot be used in conjunction. I think you need to use one of them, which you can't. If you bring immunity, the ability immunity, you can't have defog. If you have defog, you can't have immunity. So that's basically that. It's a Stealth Walker, which is cool, and it gets Roost, so that's awesome. Cons is that it doesn't take special hits very well. which is true. It's got a pretty pitiful special defense stat. HP Ice just bops it, but I don't think someone would run HP Ice just for Gligar. Just saying. But yeah, it's not very strong, to be honest. Earthquake is decent, but it's not that strong. And then low HP stat, so it's not going to be taking too many hits. Base 65 HP, so less than Mega Scizor. I just like Pokemon with like a lot of HP, like Kyurem and Jellicent and Clefable, you know, those things like Hitmonlee and Rotom and Mega Scizor and Gligar. I mean, Mega Scizor is fine, but Hitmonlee with base 50, Rotom Heat with base 50, and Gligar with base 65. It's kind of a little bit iffy. So my next pick, okay, this is pretty controversial, alright? So I wanted, for the, okay, how do I say this? I wanted Breloom, and then when I said I got Hitmonlee, okay, I still need a tier 2. There's literally nothing in tier 2 I want except for Diggersby. I really want Diggersby, but by the way, I went out, I was like going out, so I wasn't able to send in my picks, so I decided to give J-Specs, the owner of the league, I decided to give him, like, 4 of my picks. I gave him Rotom Heat and Hitmonlee, so he drafted those 2 for me. I said Ditto and Celebi as my next 2, just in case. Because I wanted to get Celebi, that got sniped for me. But once Celebi got sniped, I kind of tried to rethink my draft a little bit. Like moving forward. So yeah, so I didn't think it would come up to my pick. I didn't want Ditto anymore. I like literally just didn't want it at all. So I picked up. So yeah, I left for like I've been on the computer for the longest time. I left for what 5 or 10 minutes, and it turns out the craziest thing. It comes to my turn. J-Specs thinks I still want Ditto. He picks Ditto for me. Right after that, he picks Diggersby. If I was there and I picked Diggersby, oh my goodness, that would have been such a snipe. Because he was just about to get it. If I had gotten Diggers, oh my goodness. Diggersby is so good. People sleep, dude. People take a nap right in front of Diggersby. It's insane, dude. It gets so much. Just look it up on Smogon. It gets so many different moves. It's honestly insane. But I didn't get him. And you know what? That's not J-Spec's fault at all. He thought I wanted Ditto. I didn't. He picked Ditto for me. I came back. I was so devastated. But honestly, he was just doing what he thought was right. So I can't blame him for that at all. So it's fine. They did let me pick a different thing than Ditto, because obviously I didn't want Ditto at all anymore. So I needed a tier 2 on the spot. I just picked up Magnezone. I know it's another electric type. I know it's another steel type, but this thing could potentially do some things. So yeah, its nickname is gonna be Bounty, and it's gonna be It has Magnapulse shenanigans, so that's cool against steel types like Skarmory. I could just trap it and kill it. Gets Volt Switch initiative. It's got good physical bulk, and it's very strong. It's got base 125 special attack, which is awesome. Its typing is decent with my team. It doesn't have any really, ground weakness, but I do have Rotom Heat, Gligar, and that's it. But it's my only ground weakness for it yet so far. Yeah, but the cons are that it's pretty slow, it's pretty predictable, and it's possible redundancy with Rotom Heat. I don't see it being brought over Rotom Heat very much, because Rotom Heat is just so much more versatile. But I needed a tier 2. Nothing else really fit my team, so I decided to pick up Magnezone. Kill count prediction 7 to 9 kills, pretty standard. I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit because we're getting pretty far. Taurus. Sorry. Next up, I got Taurus. It will be shiny. It's gonna be named Trigger. Taurus is pretty cool. I decided to get Taurus just because I needed a tier 5, so that's pretty cool. It's fast. It gets Sheer Force, which is nice, and pretty good coverage. Pursuit, Earthquake. I think it gets then Headbutt, Rock Slide, and Stone Edge, Wild Charge. Yeah, pretty much it. So yeah, its cons is that it's frail. It's hard to put on a team, and it's possibly outclassed. This is why I think it didn't get drafted until the 10th round, is that it's fast and it's got base 100 attack, but other things can do what it does better. Just period. And it's hard to put on. It's hard to fit on a team with all this power. Like you can see, my team is pretty offensive. It's gonna be hard to fit Taurus on a team when I have, Rotom Heat, Mega Scizor, Kyurem, Hitmonlee, Magnezone, and Greninja. Like it's honestly gonna probably not come too much. That's just how I see it. It's kill count prediction, 3 to 6 kills, just because I don't think I'm gonna use it that much. So last pick, I didn't have a flying type. I wanted some bird spam, but it's not really a bird, as I decided to pick up Tornadus Incarnate, nicknamed Tempest, obviously. It's not gonna be shiny because whatever, they pretty much look the same, except its tail gets a bit darker. But pros are that it's fast. It's got Prankster, so Prankster Agility, Prankster Bulk Up, Prankster Rain Dance if I want to do that. And I'm just overall curious about why this thing isn't that used that much. Like it's BL2, so it can be used in UU, but no one really ever uses it, which is kind of weird. I don't know why. I mean, it's stronger than Tornadus Therian. It's only 10 points slower, but it's got 15 base points more. Like Tornadus Therian has base 110 special attack. Tornadus Incarnate, this thing gets 125 special attack. Tornadus Therian gets 100 base attack. Tornadus Incarnate gets 115 base attack. So that's cool. It's just stronger and a little bit slower, but I'm fine with that. Still outspeeds things like the Lotties and all base 110s, so that's cool. Barring the Scarf as well. And it gets all the coverage the Tornadus Therian gets. So I want to see if I can use this thing, but the cons are that it has many switch-ins. It's unreliable with Hurricane. Hurricane is its strong stab. I could use Air Slash, but Hurricane's right there. And I just feel like it's outclassed by a lot of different things on my team. Not on my team, but just in general. Like, even Braviary could do its job better, in my opinion. Because it doesn't have that reliable flying stab like Brave Bird. It doesn't get Brave Bird. So, kill count prediction, 69 kills, just like Greninja. Nothing big. Just that's what I'm predicting. So yeah, that is the Great Lake Greninjas PMC Season 2 draft. Oh my goodness, my voice though. Got that water right there. So yeah, that's my draft. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button. That would be greatly appreciated. I really would like to hear you guys' feedback on what you think this draft just overall what you think this draft, how do you think this draft is gonna do? Like if it's good or bad or whatever. Also say if you want just your favorite pick of this and your least favorite pick. My favorite pick would probably be Greninja. Or just the best pick. The best pick would probably be Greninja. No, not Greninja. For its placement, no. I say Hitmonlee or Mega Scizor or Clefable, obviously. Probably Clefable or Mega Scizor, to be honest, because those two are definitely gonna strike it rich as far as times being brought. And then I say the poor picks would probably be Greninja was too early, Magnezone, but there really wasn't anything left in tier 2 for me to get, basically. Freaking Feraligatr and Chansey and Crawdon, things that I didn't really want. I didn't want a third water typing, but also Tornadus might be iffy. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of this draft. If you want to stay connected with the PMC, the YouTube channel will be in the description. There's gonna be a link to it. You can click that, and it'll take you right to the channel. Again, if you didn't see the promo, make sure you go check that out. Twitter, the PMC's Twitter will also be linked in the description. Week 1, we faced D-Pad Gamer and the Orlando City Superiors, so I hope you're hyped for that. I'm actually having that battle tomorrow. But yeah, that's enough said. I'll talk about that in the team builder. So yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. I put a lot of work into this thing, so any support is appreciated. So I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.